Good afternoon, everybody. I am here in a very historical structure, the smallest yet the oldest fort, a fortified military fort in the Philippines, which was constructed in 1565. Miguel Lopez de Legazpi arrived 44 years later after Ferdinand Magellan died, and perhaps it was through the name of his ship, or galleon ship, that he sailed to the island where San Pedro was named. And this structure he personally supervised in building in order to protect the island from the pirates, because all of this structure here prior to this was just a body of water when there are pirates, invaders who come here to steal the products of the natives. This was the reason why it is triangular in shape, because this area protects Sugbo from the main place, while the other one facing is from the sea. It protects the island from the attack of those pirates who came from different islands and used their boat to invade the natives of the island. So it is triangular in shape. So it is a walk back in the history, and I would like to invite all of you, while we are still restricted with our travel, so as a local tourist, and to you, my fellow Filipino, especially next year, we will celebrating the 500 years of Christianity in our country, and this structure is one of the most solid testament of how Cebu have flourished, how Cebu became so resilient in order to protect the island, and how this structure was created by the Spaniards who colonized our country, the Philippines. At least by knowing the history, we will be truly be proud of our culture, our race, and our history. Maayong hapon kaninyong tanan. Oh, I am in the top of the fortress, the smallest fortress. I could just imagine way back in the 15th, 16th, and 17th, or even 18th centuries ago, that this could be the tallest structure in the island of Cebu, because this was built as a military fort to protect my city, the island of Cebu, from the pirates' invasion. And it is located near the port, so you can see, I think then, this is surrounded by body of water. Makita gyud nila ang mga pirata na muatak sa Sugbo, because this can be the tallest structure, man-made structure, during those generation, during that time. Tanawa kay makita gyud nako. Ang view gyud na. Kana siya pulos na siya body of water before, surrounded by body of water, no? So makita gyud nato karon, even now makita gyud nimo nga naa kita sa taas. Kit ano ha? Hello, thank you very much. Okay, kaning area, this area was intended for the drill, kanang military drill sa mga Spaniards nga mga military, as well as those Filipino na volunteers who will protect the island of Cebu. Diri sila mag-marching, mag-practice sa ilang drill, no? So mo ni siya nga gi-intended nga area sa ilang military drill. Okay. The Fort San Pedro is a military defense structure that was built in 1565 during Spanish era. The fort was originally made of wood and built after the arrival of Spanish explorer Miguel Lopez de Legazpi. Lopez commanded the construction of this fort since he established himself as the first governor of Cape Sea General in the Philippines. In the early 1600s, the wooden fort was replaced with stone to repel the Muslim raiders. Then in 1738, after adding more renovations to the fort, it finally finalized as it looks and still looks the same as of today. It is the oldest triangular-shaped fort in the Philippines. It served as the nucleus of the first Spanish settlement in the Philippines. During the Philippine Revolution, the fort was attacked and taken by Filipino revolutionaries who used it as a stronghold. Then, in the 1940s, during World War II, the fort served as the fortification of the Japanese soldiers. But that's not all, for Fort San Pedro's history is much richer than what you thought. It also became part of the American Warwick Barracks during the American regime in 1898. During this period, Filipino revolutionaries fought with the Americans against the invading Japanese troops in the island. In some parts, in 1930s and 1940s, the barracks were renewed and have been turned into school, where Cebuanos started their formal education. Then in 1945, the fort served as an emergency hospital. Now, that fort today have the same structure as it looks in 1700 and now become one of the main tourist attractions in the oldest city.